Right, so the All Blacks 2023 World Cup squad has just been announced. There are a couple surprises in there, few players missing out, which we will be talking about in a very short moment. But first of all, we will look through at the squad, looking at them positionally. They are going to be as follows: Dane Coles, Cody Taylor, and Samisoni Taukei'aho, the same three hookers that the All Blacks went with throughout the Rugby Championship. Taukei'aho, he didn't really get a huge amount of game time. Same can be said about Dane Coles. But Cody Taylor at this stage seems to be the man that they're going with in that starting side. In the props, it is Ofa Tuangafasi, Ethan de Groot, Tyrell Lomax, Nepo Lulala, Fletcher Null, and Tamaiti Williams. So actually not missing any of the props. We did see Null injured in the first stage of the Rugby Championship, but he is now back, raring to go for the ABs. In the locks, they have gone with Scott Barrett, Brodie Retallick, even though he does have a bit of a knee injury at the moment. I heard someone say that he may not be available up until the playoff games of the Rugby World Cup, but they have opted to go with him rather than someone like a Josh Lord, who did actually miss out in terms of the selection. Also in the locks, Sam Whitelock and Tupo Va'i. So they have gone with all of the locks, apart from Josh Lord, who is missing from this side. In the loose forward trio, Sam Cane, and he was also announced as the All Blacks captain, Dalton Papali'i, Shannon Frizzell, Ardie Savia, and Luke Jacobson. So that means that of all the players who were in the Rugby Championship team, Samapeni Finau, the one who did miss out, only got one opportunity in that second Bledisloe Cup test. Didn't play too badly, got himself a try, but maybe just not quite enough game time to get him the selection. In the Rugby World Cup, Aaron Smith, Finlay Christie, Cam Roigard, the three halfbacks, the same as the Rugby Championship. A lot of people surprised about that. I think that Finlay Christie was the player that some expected to get swapped out for either Brad Weber or Folau Fakatava. The All Blacks have stuck with Christie though, so he will need a big competition to prove quite a few people wrong and show why he should be in that All Blacks kit. Beauden Barrett, Richie Mo'unga, and Damian McKenzie, the three fly half slash fullback, a little bit for Beauden and Damian, but the three expected to be selected for the ABs. I did see a stat that said Damian McKenzie had 4 try assists throughout the Rugby Championship, double what any other player was able to do. So even though a lot of people after that last game when the All Blacks played Australia felt he didn't have the best performance, the stats don't lie throughout the rest of the Rugby Championship. The man deserved to be there, and he's got himself that spot on his way over to France. In the midfield, Jordie Barrett, Anton Leonard-Brown, Rieko Ioane, and I guess for some people the biggest surprise of this Rugby World Cup squad announcement, David Havili. Played for the Tasman Makos in the most recent round of the Bunnings NPC, only played about half a game. He's just returning from injury, which is the reason he missed the initial Rugby Championship squad, but now back, he's ready to go. He gets that opportunity after the injury of Braden Ennor, and it also means that Dallas McLeod is another player the ABs aren't taking. In the back three, Mark Talia, Caleb Clark, which I did do a poll on the live stream when we were announcing the team, had it about at 50-50 for whether or not people felt Caleb Clark should be in the side, but he does make it. Lester Fainanuku, Imoni Narawa, and Will Jordan. So no Sean Stevenson. He was brought into the Rugby Championship as injury cover, had a decent debut in the second Bledisloe Cup test, but misses out on heading to the Rugby World Cup. But that is the All Blacks 33-man squad. Of course, with one more game before we get into the World Cup up against the Springboks, there is always a chance of injury, which means that some of the players who did miss out still have a chance of making the finalised squad. And even when the All Blacks are in France, during their World Cup games, if there are any injuries there, these players that missed out could still have themselves a chance. But do let me know what you think of this All Blacks squad in the comments down below. We will have plenty more videos on this team in the future, talking about who we think might be a starting lineup in a few of their games, our lineup announcements for them, previews, live commentating of their games. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.